Hey, good evening, everyone. And I am going live on Facebook stream. What I want to talk about is the the SBA disaster loans. There's a few days ago, the SBA put out information on how businesses can get access to uh, loans directly through the SBA. And I may have talked about this before, but the SBA under under disaster events will lend directly to businesses because typically what happens is the lenders, banks, as well as they call PLP, which is preferred lenders with the SBA, they'll lend directly to businesses and I talked a little bit about how a few days back on some of those requirements, the 5 C's and that kind of stuff. I just want to focus on how how businesses, business owners can get access to these disaster loans. And so, if you go to the SBA website, and I'm going to share my screen here. Uh, and I think I showed this before. The SBA.gov page, coronavirus, that kind of thing here. Um, that's where you go. Now here it says Economic Industry Disaster Loan Program. So if you click this now, just so you can understand. Um, obviously, we're under the coronavirus. I remember a few weeks back in outside of the Nashville area, there was a tornado there. So directly, companies that have been impacted. And so the question is obviously, how do I get a disaster loan? So you go there, you apply for a disaster loan, and what you do is you check um, first in your area if it's affected. So what is happening is depending on how many individuals have been um, uh, unfortunately have gotten the virus, is has determined on how many people can or how many businesses can get access to it. But this these SBA agency declared disaster areas is being updated every single day. So if your state is not listed or your county is not listed, um, come the next day and maybe it'll do it. Now, every state is doing it differently, but in the state of Alabama, there is this document here, estimated disaster economic injury worksheet. And this document is similar to the application that you have to complete, where it has, information on the business, when did it, when did estimated adverse economic impact, when did it started, obviously the date, the year, two, and I guess here you just put ongoing. Um, but typically, this is a document, like if there was some kind of hurricane or a flood or something. Typically, they'll do this when what your business revenues are during that period, during the same period. So basically, what they're trying to assess is how was the revenues of that business before and after finance. I mean, before the for for most people, the coronavirus before coronavirus was happening, and then after. What is transpiring that is changing your ability to operate your business? How many did you employ? How many did you have to let go? Here is more so like if something happened to your equipment or the real estate that you have and that kind of thing. But what's happening in the state of Alabama is that one of the SBA loan officers is taking that information in preparation when or uh, if certain counties or certain parts of the state are affected. Now, one of the things. Now, let's. What if you have an SBA loan currently? So, if you have an SBA loan currently, um, so this press release was put out. It looks on the 12th. It looks like last week, where uh, it's a process for getting an access. Um, I'm happy to share this with you. One of the things that they're also doing is if you currently have an SBA loan and you're having difficulty paying that loan, talk to the bank or financial institution that has that loan, and talk to them about what's going on in your business. And the SBA is allowing you know the the bank or the financial institution to defer payments for that actual business loan. And so talk to them about what's going on. They actually sent a document to all the lenders, advising, hey, this is what's going on, and hey, work with the business owners and that kind of stuff. So the federal government has put the financial institutions on notice to help the small businesses. One of the things that I also want to talk about is um, in and you probably saw it today where there was a big vote or big package, big stimulus package or something that's going to come through. And typically, what happens is the funds flow from the federal government a lot of times to the state, and the state will funnel those some of the resources to the county and the local city governments. So a lot of times there some of the city governments as well as the county, they have separate programs that you can take advantage of. So what I would suggest is to go on your local municipality, local government, to see what programs that they currently have available. I know within the city of Birmingham, they've been talking about certain programs for the city of Birmingham within the state of Alabama here, and I believe other municipalities are doing it. But so look for that information as well. And like again, I'm willing to. One of the things I'm going to try to try to do. There's a website that I put together, keysforbusiness.com, and if uh, you know put your email in there, what I'll do is I'll send you the contact information via email that you can where I can send some of these documentation to you, and some of these applications. Now, some of the stuff is already online, but I'm if you go on there, I'll happy to send that information to you. And appreciate you watching this video. And if you have any questions, I'm going to see um, um, this if I have any questions here. But I appreciate you checking me out, and thank you for your time. And I appreciate Appreciate your time.